Richard Marx one today, nothing you can do about it. Of course, Steve Lukather on guitar. Whenever there's Luke on guitar, it's worth looking at, right? He's so good. And Richard Marx always has amazing players, amazing guitar players, but the whole band is killer. This is from, I think, his second album. Anyway, we're in standard tuning key of E. Let's talk guitar tone, and then we'll look at the main riff. Guitar tone, look, you can hear it's Luke because it's heavier than you ever hear on a Richard Marx track. I reckon I've got a little bit more of dirt, a little bit more of the micro pitch. But hey, it's fun to play, so why not? But bridge pickup, humbucker, something super distorted, and if you can have that kind of micro pitch, otherwise maybe sort of chorusy, and you're in the ballpark. I'm this sort of sound. All right, let's go. So that intro little lick is a little strange until it sort of comes back around again for the chorus, because it leads into the F. But anyway, the first part there, I'm sliding in a tab on screen from the intro, so you can just look at that. Again, I'll just talk about it here. So I slide in from my pinky up to the D on the 5th fret, A string, and then 2, 3 on the D string, and give the 3rd fret the F. A bit of vibrato. Okay, then come back down those notes. Straight to an open E. E5, right? Sliding up, it's got that bluesy notes, rock feel, obviously. You know, especially when we get into the... It's kind of bluesy, but of course they're playing it, you know, in a rock, more of a pop rock style context. Okay, so you're really emphasizing that octave, but he does hit the whole chord. All right, so just sliding up into that 4th fret, that major 3rd, and then up the B. Okay, then we're on that A5. You've seen this a million times. Okay, you got to get used to getting this chord shape under your fingers. It's a major triad first inversion. Sounds fancy, but I mean, it's really nice sound. The tricky part is really arching your 3rd finger up enough that the note on the string below, or the G string, is ringing out. So you want, okay, that kind of idea. That's the tricky part with that chord. So. Watch the hits. You know, it's riffy, but it's, you know, Luke plays it differently almost every time, and that's would have cut it live in the studio. So, you know, the tab is, I think, accurate. But again, you're just sort of copying the feel of what he's doing and the notes, and you can play around a little bit with the rhythm and the notes. It's really sort of a chord 1 to a chord 4. E major to an A major. That's the foundation that you're working on. All right, second time's cool. It's nice. The first part of it's the same. You're sliding into that 4th fret, but then you're immediately E5, and then the G sharp, A5. That's cool. I'm using fingers. You can pick it, but I think you want the snap of those fingers, and I would say Luke would have been using his fingers. So 2nd and 3rd fingers there if you can. Okay, you got to hold the A on the G string 2nd fret, and you're sliding really quickly from the 4th fret on the D string up to the 5th. And then giving that F sharp some vibrato. Okay, next one, the beginning is the same. Okay, so it's just that ending that's different. All right, so again, you're sliding that up, but you're continuing down. And Now you're doing the same thing, but down on the A and D strings. And then just hit that B note on the 2nd fret, A string before you're going into the verse. Let's quickly talk about the verse. So before I was talking about it's kind of got that bluesy sort of idea, right? Well, it's kind of like that. You're going to be palm muting on the bottom E. It's tricky to hear. The bass is definitely doing it in some parts. I added it into the guitar just a little bit though. Palm muting on the open E, and then you're hitting 4 and 5. Okay. Now you can hit upstroke on the 4 and 5 there. It just gives it a bit of snap, and it's easier to come back around. Okay, that kind of idea. Again, have a look at the tabs. But as I said, they would have done this live, and Steve Lukather is just doing different little rhythm, different little chordal parts throughout. So let me play the first 4 bars of the verse. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so same kind of idea. Okay, 5 and 2. I think it's easy if you can hit it with your 3rd finger and bring it down. If you can't, obviously you can do your 4th finger, but it's kind of more the way, if you bring your elbow in, you can get your 3rd finger out there a little bit. It takes a little bit of practice. You're really kind of hitting the side of your 3rd finger. I don't have particularly big hands, so if you've got bigger hands, maybe it's really fits under your fingers well. Second 2 bars. Okay, he's just doing little thirds there. Okay, 4 and 3, a G and B strings. Okay, nice. He's just improvising around the A major. Okay, so that's really cool. Okay, the next 4 bars there. Same kind of idea on the first 2 bars. Same idea as that intro, right? The last 2 bars there of that 4-bar measure, 4-bar phrase. Okay, you get nice little improvised things. When he hits the A, he's hitting the A sus, and then A, but just those 2 notes. Great little rhythm ideas here that Luke has. Okay, next 4-bar phrase of the verse. Again, I think this is where a lot of the interest is. Again, interesting things. He's totally improvising this rhythm guitar. I would put money on it. Okay, so the first part, we've seen it before. But the second part. Okay, instead of hitting the D here, he's hitting open D. And then hitting a D sus 2. And then hitting the A sus again, right? Nice. Cool stuff. Okay, last 4 bars for the pre-chorus are pretty standard. He's really covering the same sort of ground. So again, check the tab. We won't look good here. Going into the pre-chorus, we're sort of going into a D major. It's a deep power chord though in terms of the guitar. Okay, the nice thing there is probably where he's palm muting, how many notes he's palm muting on the bass note versus how many he's hitting open there. Again, sort of check the tabs there. There's a really nice thing after he goes up to the D, to the E, back down to the C. Okay, he's going to lift his pinky there. Right before he comes back in there. Again, just a nice little, so subtle. And I totally, he would have done that on the day. So again, some interesting things there. Check the tab. Chorus is really hard to hear the rhythm of what's happening. So we're coming out of the... It's that kind of idea there. Basically, it looks like I'm playing a G minor or an F minor, but I'm not. It's a power chord. I'm muting the G string with the bottom of my fourth finger. And that way you can get a really full sounding chord. Same deal. Okay, the second time round. That's the tie-in. So that intro, the very start of the song, finally makes sense, because otherwise it's a bit weird hitting that. But that's where that really comes in. And then at the end there were 2, 3, 4, 1. Back into the beginning. Some really cool rhythm guitar parts from Steve Lukather. Again, I think the key is the creativity, the improvised nature of what he's doing. He's sort of just doing chords 1 to chords 4, E to A in the verse I'm talking about. But just the way he just sort of keeps things interesting every time, it's just that little bit different. I think that's a cool thing to look at and to learn. All right, Nothing You Can Do About It from Richard Marx. Good luck. See you next time.